Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Wednesday, April 30th, the end of the month. We're almost in May. How crazy is it? So let's see what's happening today and what we're going to be looking at, like LGMK and all the rest of them. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. So here we go. Let me switch over to the heat map, and that's what we're looking like. A little bit red up there. We thought it would be down a little bit. How is everybody this morning? And let's take a look and see what our SPY and everything is up to right now. Let's just see real quick before we get into our Joey's jumpers and everything else. But here you go. It is down $1.11. I think it is going to be coming down a little bit. So we'll be keeping an eye on that to see. But that's what it looks like. And obviously, some of these penny stocks are flying like crazy. So we are watching them bad boys. And let's go through our Joey's jumpers and see what's popping up here. Good morning, everybody. How are we? Happy morning, Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel and crew, everybody else, Asian Joe Lee. Here we go. Let's look at your Joe Lee's jumpers, GCTK, that Gluco track. That is up. We were looking at it last night. It was up in the after hours. So let's see if it could remain. It did jump up some more, but it's down a little lower. And there's your GCTK, and it did look good yesterday as it was hitting the 50. It got over it, but pulling back a little. We'll see if it wants to keep going up. HAO, what's this up to this morning? Haven't looked at that one in a while. HAO, and let's see. It looked like it was dipping down right there yesterday. So it ran up, dipping down. We might have to keep an eye on this thing. Like I said, we haven't watched it in a while. It is a China small cap, and we will see what it wants to do if it wants to bounce back up. MNDR, Mobile Health Network. And let's see what you're up to right here. MNDR. Let's see. That spiked up right there yesterday up to 204. And this morning, 142 to 151. It's at 138 right now. So there you are with Mobile Health Network Solutions and NVNI. NVNI Group. That one looks like it's jumping up a little bit right there. NVNI. And yeah, it was jumping up yesterday, probably in the after hours, and then a little bit today, 26 to 27, back down to 22, and now it's at 25. So keep an eye on that. It's not looking too bad right there. And that Octo, let's see, that thing's jumped up there pretty good today. It was moving yesterday. Yeah, it was moving yesterday, 116 to 180. It closed at 170, and now it's 157 to 169. And at 154, it doesn't look terrible, but it's on that trend line. We'll see if it can get turned back around today to move up. And OMH, we had saw that on the scanner, and this one was popped up already yesterday. I remember we had already saw it, and it was jumping up there. And there you go. And it was in the after hours or in pre-market. I don't know. It jumped up yesterday. I just remember seeing it. A little bit of pullback, but look at this setup. So that's one to keep an eye on for sure. OMH, watch for that pullback. And then our PTPI was a huge dip right here. And I was saying, look, this morning, if it wanted to bounce, and it did 36%. So there you go. I bet Laptop Travel and crew caught that one early this morning. There you go. And yeah, look at that. All the way from 1 cent up to 2.5. It's back at 1. We'll keep an eye on it and see if it's getting to be in a good spot right there. So probably going to be a great opportunity for that PTPI as it pulled way back there yesterday. And how about WW? That thing is jumping up some more. And we had looked at it and I said, watch that thing for that momentum there, and we looked at it the day before, I think, and it was looking pretty good. So there you go at your Joe Lee's jumpers. Thank you very much. And what's Logic Mark? That is moving around this morning. What's the volume is what I was configuring. 85 million already. Look at that thing, and it is looking pretty good. So I would say we would and Laptop Travel said he was smoking PTPI. So what a great one that was. So yeah, that was a beauty right there. Like I said, we knew that was going to take that little bounce. That's what you were looking for, and it did it. So that's all you needed to do is get up early and play that bounce, and you were money right there. So thank you, Asian Joe Lee, for the Joe Lee's jumpers. And let's take a quick look at our laptop lowdowns at PTPI. We just went over it, and CDTG right here is this environmental technology thing. So let's Whoa, did I have that thing muted? I don't even know. Did I hit the mute button or something? It looked like it was muted. Hold on. Is this thing working right? All kinds of issues here. Yeah, I thought something was different. What happened here? Hold on, my mic went out for some reason. Hold on, let me pop this back in here. Give me a second there. I saw that the thing didn't look those. I don't have no idea what just happened, but there you go. Yeah, the other mic wasn't working. I could tell. There we go. Now it's working. I can see that. I don't know if it was out. It might have, the sound might have been a little off of there because I could tell that the audio thing wasn't right. But there it is. Now it's definitely right. So cool. All right, now we're back on track here. CDTG, and let me say, I think I clicked. I think I hit the mute button when I was clicking over on the screens. Anyway, here we go. Let's see what these bad boys are doing. Oh, I lost my spot because hold on, I got to go back to my laptop travel ones. I lost my spot. Here we go. And CGTL. Let's look at it now. All right. So I think we're good now with the sound. Yeah, I definitely clicked on like the mute button or hit something there. Anyway, CGTL. Look at that bad boy. And back live with audio. Thank you, Laptop Travel. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely clicked on the mute button down here. You pick one spot to click over on, and I end up hitting the mute button and sent it all off. It was muted. And cool. It should be good now. Yeah, thank you guys for letting me know. And I don't know. I just realized I was like, wait a second, something didn't look right. Anyway, let's roll through here. GCTL. Here we go. That's a good lowdown right there. And CTHR. Oh, let me put my fingers on the keyboard, right? Charles and Calvert. We're watching that thing. He likes to run sometimes. So luxury goods. We saw that other one run. I forget what the luxury good one's, Burke or something. I forget what it was. But that one had set up well and run for us. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And look at his GLMD. Ran the other day and now is pulling back, but it could get set up. I was actually already watching that one, so I'll keep an eye on it. And Green Lane right here. We know we're watching this guy. And again, it's just not ready. It'll have these little bounces, but it's not completely ready. So let's see if it goes way down. I'm not jumping in it too early here. So we'll make sure it's trying to curl up. We'll see it today. I'll take a better look at it. I was trying to curl up yesterday real quick. Like I said, you'll get these quick little pop-ups, but is it going to get through? We'll keep an eye on it. And INEO, that thing looks like it was moving this morning. Let's see what it's doing right here. INEO. And yeah, it run up there. Now it's running up a little bit more today. So keep an eye on that one. That one could be a good one right there. And INTS right here. Let's see what this is doing. INTS and this one, intensity. Yeah, we were looking at this and it's trying to make a base. We'll see if it's making a base to level down or if it's going to have some intensity to run up. We'll look at that one. That one could be a good one. And this kids we've been looking at. Excuse me. And yeah, there you go. I told you this one would be a runner right here, and it is starting to move up. So keep your eye on kids, KIDZ, and MWYN right here. Marwin Holdings. That's a big dip. That's a new one. Keep an eye on this one today. Actually, that one could get a little bit of a bounce off of that dip. So definitely keep an eye on MWYN. It's a newer one, but had a really good dip there. NAOV is dipping down as well. So we'll watch that thing, see how far it wants to go down. And PLAG, Planet Green Holdings, a nice little pullback to the 20. We'll see if that wants to get rolling off. And PTLE right here is coming down right there. Let me see what it's doing right there. It had run up and just pulling back. We'll look to see if it does want to roll off that MACD. I was trying to get a better eye on that. And TMDE is that TMD Energy. And that thing's been moving up and looking good. So keep your eye on that guy because that one could be a great opportunity right there. And how about VINC? VINC right here. Vink. And let's see that one. You can see it base and then came down. So that's why we're always paying a look at that. How that curled up. That's why we're looking at that one I was just talking about, Green Lane. It has that same look and it came down a level. So we're making sure it doesn't want to come down under like the penny line right there for penny lane, we'll call it Green Lane. It is now in the penny lane, and we'll see if it wants to get under that penny lane and see if we can get it even cheaper. Just like we did with Logic Mark, we follow some of these bad boys all the way down, and look at this thing moving back up. It is looking pretty good this morning, guys. I think you're going to see a nice little run right there again. So it was a beauty to trade and more beautiful to stay in and probably run up or buy more of it, whatever you wanted to do, trade it however you want. But geez, I mean, giving them out under a penny is a beauty when they're over 2 cents. So there you go. That's our Logic Mark, and it is moving right there this morning, looking really good. And let me see what else is going on in the market. So let's take a look and see what's going on. Yeah, I just muted myself. I know I did. And I got to stay away from that bottom area, I guess, when I'm coming over to click onto the thing, because clearly I picked the one spot where you can hit the mute button. That's pretty funny. Anyway, TM actually down. And it was probably good that you were locking in those profits, Luis Rodriguez. I was saying that yesterday. It did look like it wanted to jump up, but as you started getting into that top area after that, I mean, it had so many run-ups, and you've heard me say this before. 1, 2, 3, and then it still ran up with them looks. So even call it 4 or 5, and then up here is your 6th day. You have to know after a week, if they run up for like 5 days, you're gonna have it retraced. It's setting back up to go higher, and they just put out that news. I know you had sent that over about TM doing something, Toyota Motor. Having something, I forget, was it a autonomous driving partnership with Waymo? That was what they were doing. So yeah, they're doing that, and there you go. That's how our market's looking. Let's go through our SPY and big caps right here and see what they're doing this morning. And again, we figured the SPY would be pulling back. It is. Is it going to stay down? That's the question right here. And let's see. It's just kind of flat. I do think it's going to be pulling back a little bit to get set up, though. I mean, it does not look terrible considering the conditions that everything is in right now. I can't say that they played the market pretty well. We know that. We've gone over it and don't have to go through it every day. But yeah, it's in a pretty good spot. And again, we're just wondering what Trump's up to. You look at the chart and then factor in what they have to do. And I think they're trying to keep it in this channel. They don't like it down here. You start triggering recession talk too much. And then if you get down to this bottom area like this, look what happened that day on April 7th. They got worried, and boom, they kept it up since. So it's one of them things. We know what's going on. Is it like just a matter of time that it's going to happen and come down and end up triggering? It's trying to, but they've been keeping it up, and we'll see. Like I said, I think he's going to have to bend with a lot of these tariffs and deals and start making them sooner than later. And you start at the top, which are negotiations, and you work your way down and meet somewhere. So that's clearly what he did. It was a negotiation tactic, obviously. And you know what? We got some great pricing in the market. So we'll see how it is and what happens today with the SPY and what it wants to do. But that's what it's looking like today. And Apple is down a little bit, and they do have their earnings coming up tomorrow. Or isn't that tomorrow? Thursday. Yeah, that is tomorrow. Crazy that it's going to be May already. And so yeah, there you go. Tomorrow is May 1st, and here we go. That is Apple pulling back just a hair, and I don't think these earnings are going to be great, guys. And Amazon, same situation right here. It does look like it's pulling back. Their earnings are tomorrow, but they are in the channel. But you could see them dip down into these trend lines. They have good support, so that's why I'm saying be careful around these earnings, because I have no idea. Google down a little bit, and they look like they're going to be pulling back. So I can't imagine that all the earnings are looking good. Google did jump up. They had good earnings and got things rolling there, but I think everything else could be pulling back. Meta looks like it's going to be pulling back, and their earnings are coming up. today. So we get some Meta earnings. So yeah, we're getting into the good ones now, and everything's starting to have earnings popping up right now. Microsoft, same situation right there. Earnings are today. So keep an eye. And Microsoft does not look bad, though. That was the one that we did like. And look at it. It's up. So go figure, guys. You know, that's the way it works. The chart looks pretty good. Doesn't matter what the rest are doing. Sometimes if the chart's right, it's moving, and that one was looking good, and it's moving. So Nvidia pulling back right here, and there you go. And what is Logic Mark spiking up right now? Thank you, Laptop Travel. Looking at that bad boy. And there you go, guys. Like I said, keep an eye on this today. It could get completely wild. We know it wants to fill that up to 10 cents. I mean, AGMH, they all want to run like this, and this one we knew wanted to get wild. So, and even AGMH, look at it, looks like it wants to curl back up again and cruise. And what's that BON doing? That's down just a hair. And what else were we looking at? That DMN, we got to see if it's going to come out of a halt today. That thing's kind of crazy right there. And BDRX, we'll see. That thing's been just jumping around every morning and hit. That's just chilling. CLBR right there is actually up a little bit. We'll see. Remember, we were talking about if it could stop itself and curl back up. I'm not completely convinced. It looks like it's just flattening out. Could stair step down and get set up. I'll look at CLBR today. And how about that? Icon was looking good last night. And of course, PTPI right there. And I went from the big caps over here, but we'll go right back to the big caps. LGMK was kind of bouncing up there. And let's see what that Holo is doing this morning. That's down a little bit, but getting to be in a good spot, guys. Keep an eye on it. And remember, I'm pretty sure Nader did say that thing likes to run, and it's getting to be that season for Holo season, I guess. So IMUX a little bit up, and FFAI, another one that was in season and cruising right along right there. Look at that bad boy. So there you go with them guys. And now we'll hop back to our SPY or our big caps and them bad boys. We were on the video, I know that, because we didn't do Tesla yet. And the video, like I said, down. Let's look at our Tesla real quick. And that is pulling back. And I did think it was going to be pulling back. I said it yesterday, hitting that 200. So watch it come back down, maybe into the 260s. But this bad boy's setting up. Remember, I said it's going to set up on this line right here, down here. And that would be next week. And that's exactly what I was saying last night. And that's what it looks like it's going to do right there. But it is setting up. You can see it. And here we go. AMC down a hair. But it's in a great spot. We've been watching all these guys, the Roaring Kitty ones, and GameStop's looking good. Chewy's been looking good. It's up a little bit. It is setting up, and Unity's setting up right there. So you want to keep your eye on them. And Netflix down $1, but it's well over 1,100 right there, 1,124, and it's in the top. It could run around. I'd be careful with it up there. We knew it was getting into the 1,100 range, and it's in there. So wait to see what it wants to do now. And AVGO, our semiconductors are down just a hair. I think these are going to pull back a little bit just to get set back up. There's MU, and TSM is up. That one had looked good. Remember, we said this one looked good. I think we're going to hit the 50 and come down, though. So there's your TSM. And SMCI, holy cow, that one's pretty wild, huh? That one is not going to do so well this morning. And it is way down. There's their earnings right there, May 6th. And they did say that their preliminary were not looking good or something. So, yeah, I have no idea. And then they just reported its customers delayed AI server orders. So that's never a good thing. And I honestly think, and we've been talking about this on the small cap show, you're going to see a lot of companies scale back on the ordering, and because nobody knows what's going on with the tariffs and stuff. Maybe if things change around, it'll get much better. But we're starting to get into that territory now where things are going to be kind of crazy. That's for sure, because you're having the earnings coming out and you're seeing some of the repercussions of the tariffs and things of that nature. So he's going to have to get things together and start moving it pretty soon. I'll have to say that. So they have some kind of agenda going on. We already know that. So we'll obviously be keeping an eye on the market as we always do. And let's see what that is SMCI. Let's see what AMD is doing, another American chip maker, and they're down a little bit. And QCOM, this one was up yesterday, and boom, there you go. It looked good, and now it's up still, and they have earnings, I think, today. Yep. I probably wouldn't play it, but it did look good. So again, it's more or less the charts tell you what's going on. Intel's not looking bad right here. It looks like it wants to go back up. And PayPal right there is down 34 cents, and that one will be pulling back. It looks like snow is going up. It's pulling back a little bit. Not looking bad. It might pull back. Snow might come down to set up and really have a blizzard again. So not looking bad there. And there's Dell down, and it was pulling back, and PLTR is down a hair, and it probably topped out. Let it pull back. You can see it hit the top area right there. It's pulling back. It wasn't ready to really run into the top, and it's probably better that it didn't. So let it pull back and set back up. Same with Sophie right there. Hit that resistance, coming back down. And good old Mara. That one is getting set up, guys. I'm telling you, it looks pretty good right there. And Riot looking pretty good. They have their earnings coming up right here. And that is tomorrow for Riot. So we'll start looking at that one after their earnings. MSTR, MicroStrategy, up 22 cents. And like I said, his earnings are coming up. I have a feeling it could pull back right here. His earnings are tomorrow and then get set back up just like the rest of them. And CleanSpark, that one was pretty good before. And let's look at it. It is down 6 cents, getting set up to roll off that MACD. Keep an eye on CleanSpark right there. And let's look at our Coinbase and Hood. Coinbase down just a little bit, nothing crazy, and Robinhood down just a little bit and nothing crazy. And that STSS, look at that bad boy running. That was a splitter recently. We just were looking at it. That one for 300, and this thing's cruising. Keep an eye on that bad boy right there. Thank you, Laptop Travel. Greatly appreciate that. And so, yeah, there you go, guys. I would say that's a pretty good look at most of them bad boys right there. And let me see if you guys want to see anything else. Let me look and see what the markets are up to. If I missed anything, what's this alt doing? Altimmune or whatever it's called, ALT, Altimmune. And that thing is up a little bit. It does look pretty good, I must say. Snapchat's down right here. We knew that last night was down. And there you go, Snapchat. They had their earnings. Look, it looks green and it's way down. I don't understand earnings, but I know it hit that resistance right there and it was coming down. So that's all I had to know. I don't really need to know anything about their earnings, but I just need to know what the chart looks like. FSLR, that one's coming down. So like I said, I don't think these earnings are going to look pretty. Look at Starbucks right there. They're way down. And you don't see Starbucks earnings not hit. I mean, every time you drive by a Starbucks, the damn line's like around the block and still down the street. It's insane. You can't even get by the damn stores because the lines are so long at Starbucks. I don't think I've ever. I think I've been in Starbucks like 3 times in my entire life, and I'm pretty sure they were all 3 times I had been traveling. And not a coffee drinker, but even if I was, I probably wouldn't waste money on Starbucks or any of that stuff. So I don't know. It's just the way I look at things. I think it's a huge waste of money and a whole lot of extra calories. I don't know. It's like crazy stuff what they put in there. But Caterpillar, anyway, that one's up, and I could see Caterpillar doing really well coming up here. Their earnings are today CAT, and they usually do well under like a Trump administration for building and selling heavy farm construction equipment. So we'll keep an eye on Caterpillar. That one's a really great company. I mean, they've been around forever making huge machines. You probably see them all the time on the side of the road. So there's Caterpillar right there, CAT. And what else is happening this morning? Anything else? What's WGS? I'm not even sure what this is, but that took a huge dip too. What's Wang and Lee doing? WLGS. There you go, Wang and Lee, and that's just hanging out down here trying to set up, and we're just keeping our eye on Wang and Lee right there. So let me see what you guys want to look at, but it is a little red right there. Nothing crazy. We kind of figured it would be. And Barbara said her feelings about Starbucks exactly. Yeah, I just can't imagine buying that crap. It just looks like crap, and it's mad expensive. I know that. So I just don't get it. But then again, that's how I look at things. I'm not the type of person that goes to the convenience stores all the time. I've always said they'll just burn your money right out of your pocket if you go to like the Wawas or whatever the convenience stores are near you. Even like 7-Elevens. If you hit them up on the daily every day, you're going and buying coffee, you're gonna drop like an easy $20. I remember I used to own a landscape and construction company. The guys would go in there, they'd spend like $20-$30 a day in there. I was like, what the hell are you guys even buying? Like, it's insanity. And just add that up real quick. I mean, 5 days a week at $20, you know what that comes out to be. There's your $100 right there. And yeah, you add that up, that's $400 a month. I mean, it adds up quick. It doesn't seem like it's a lot in the beginning, but that's a compounding things for you. Just compound it out of your pocket. That's all you're doing. So I never saw. I always thought just do it yourself. It's way healthier if you buy the products at the supermarket, the real stuff, and just do it. And that's how I've always looked at it. Same with lunches. I've always bought and made lunches and stuff. I try not to eat out a whole lot. Obviously, we do, but here and there. But obviously, cook more often than almost every day. And yeah, never buy any of that shit that's like pre-marinated or any of that stuff like packaged. Just buy a thing of meat. That's just a thing of meat. Season it yourself and cook it. All that shit that's already pre-made and pre-packed. It has so much nonsense in it. I was a chef, guys. I did culinary arts for a long time. I was a chef for the NFL. Was my last chef job, and I did a whole cooking series online with a little person cooking with Skinny and Minnie. I definitely know the culinary industry really well, and I looked into food science quite a bit there. So I used to say it all the time. The products were shipped 5-7 years ago. I used to talk about it, and they've only gotten completely worse. I mean, the last 4 years, you're just eating garbage. I mean, if you eat anything packaged or prepackaged or any of that shit, holy cow, the amount of ingredients, the shit that they just make shit up. The FDA will they'll eliminate something, they'll say it's unhealthy, and then the companies just go into the labs and just create something that's even more unhealthy that the FDA doesn't look at yet, and then they have like a year or two to use that product and filler, and then the FDA goes, oh well, that thing's really bad for you, we'll ban this, and then they just go in and make another one. So each time they ban something, they make something even worse, and it's been going on for years, guys. It's crazy. So yeah, our food system's so jacked up, it's bad. And I mean, just look at all the diseases and cancers and everything else going around. It's insane. And it's definitely from our food and water sources. There's no doubt about that at all. And yeah, Logic Mark moving up. But yeah, Starbucks, that's how I feel about that. And that's just crap you're putting in your body too. So there you go. But they are down. That's how we got on Starbucks. They are down this morning. And a lot of these, oh yeah, what was that Humana doing? You said they had their earnings. Look at that thing. Jesus, Luis Rodriguez. That thing looked like it wanted to go down to me. Hey, you are on point, dude. Holy cow. Look at that. I would have not messed with it because of the earnings anyway. But Luis Rodriguez seemed to like it for some reason. And it did move right there. So pretty nice shot right there, Luis Rodriguez. If it's at 272, it says. This still says it's at 263, and it has today. I don't know what the heck's going on. And this has 272. Is that today? And that's today. I'm not sure. Where is it at? I just saw it. Hold on. Let me tell you. Hold on, come back. 272, it is right here. So the Trend Spider is actually wrong on that one right now. And the Finviz, look at them getting things right here in the morning. So yeah, there you go. Now that the pre-market actually works right, the numbers are right all the time. So that's good. And so yeah, 272 and HUM, good call there, Luis Rodriguez. I like it. And let's see what else is going on in our markets today. Let's just take a look. A little bit red up there. We expected it. And M&A accelerates worldwide, but not in the U.S. and new Trump era. I don't even know what they're talking. What is M&A? I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. What is that? I don't even know. U.S. deal making is down. Oh, mergers and acquisition. I was going to say, I've heard that before. That's why mergers and acquisitions makes a lot of sense there. So they are down, or they accelerate worldwide, but not in the U.S. And the S&P 500 futures move lower after index posts longest win streak since November, and the stock futures slip in build up in big tech earnings, and markets are dealing with a new kind of shock. S&P 500 might not have bottomed yet, says Goldman Sachs. And stock market today, the future slip in GDP data likely to show sharp slowdown. So we do have some of that data coming out as well. And that RGLS, that Regulus Therapeutics, holy cow, that thing just went up over 100%, running in the top right there. That's a monster, I would say. So if you caught some momentum on that, that was really nice. Damn, that thing was a beast. That thing did go cruising right there. So there we go. Let's look and see if we see anything. We knew about our PTPI, and we did like it off that bounce. And of course, our LGMK, it's right under 2 cents, but looking good in our green lane holdings. We're watching that one to see when it wants to get moving. Gluco track and WWDGLY not looking bad. We've been looking at this thing. Keep your eye on that guy, and that AGMH could be setting back up after that massive run. And there's your STSS running up on just a little bit of pullback. SMCI way pulled back, and FFAI way up there thanks to Nader and that call. It was a pretty hefty one right there, I would say, at the right time. I mean, geez, that was crazy, guys. And here we go. IVF, that's running up. We had just looked at this thing, IVF. I know we just looked at it the other day. And there you go. Look at that bottom look, boom, pop, and there we are. So I know we were just looking at Octo's running up right there. There's Marin Software pulling back a little bit. This had run up, but we'll look at it. It could be trying to get set up. I'll keep an eye on Marin for us. And that IXHL took a huge dip into the basement. There's our Logic Mark Green Lane and INEO right there. So bunch of them we've already saw. Let me see if I missed anything else over here. Let me take a look and see. Let me look and see if I missed anything. Boom, boom, FFAI. The wows are playing with the on the bid side. Yeah, that's pretty wild. And that FFAI is pretty crazy. Logic markup and TM. And I think I got everything, to be honest with you. Let me just take a quick look and see. I'm scrolling down now. I think I got everything there. Not a whole lot going on, but it's not bad either. It's not a terrible market. So not bad there. And I think we got everybody there and everybody tuning in. Greatly appreciate you guys hanging out on a Wednesday morning. We'll see what the market wants to do. Obviously, it's down a little bit. We expected it. So that's exactly what we were saying last night. So we've been playing the market pretty well. And obviously, you're keeping your eye on this LGMK. And I'll be letting you know what the next big poppers are going to be. They haven't really popped up yet. They're starting to. This bond was running up right there yesterday, pulling back. And again, they're going to run up, have a little pullback so you can trade them around. But they do set up and run for a few days now. So just remember that. Most of them have been. And then this PTPI is going to be a decent one. That one's getting set up after that big old dip right there. Look at that guy. So yeah, you can see even it may come down a little bit. You're going to get these spikes, but it's going to pull down. When it gets down here, like I said, this thing might pull down under a penny. That would be amazing for us. So we'll see what it wants to do today. Obviously trying to bounce up. We knew that off of that big old dip. But yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on PTPI because that could be a really good opportunity to get running up there. And there you go, guys. I would say that's a good pre-market review right there. We know what's going on. SPY's down. We figured that. And then we have a bunch of other ones moving up, so which is always nice there. So there we go. And we'll keep you posted what's happening today. If you guys see anything. Oh, you know what, Zach? Holy cow. I forgot to do crypto like last night, too. Thank you. I got off the show. I was like, I didn't do crypto last night. And so let's do that now because I totally forgot. I almost forgot it again. I moved the stock cube over here, and I guess I don't even pay attention to it. I pay attention to it, but I just went right past it. But yeah, Bitcoin's at 95,120. Solana's at 147, looking good. Chainlink's at 1462. HBAR's at that 18 cent area. Ethereum's at 1810, so that is back over 1800. And our Ripple is at 223, it looks like. And Cardano's at 70 cents. And like I said, Cardano has been looking good. And let's just take a look at them. ETF was back up this morning, too. And I think that had that bottom yesterday, unless this dude starts selling more of it. I don't know what's going on, but didn't look like he was unloading it. Oh, yeah, it just jumped up to like 5.9. It was at 5 million market cap this morning, guys. And then it was at 5.6 in like the blink of an eye, and now it's at 5.9. So I don't know why the chart's not pulling up for it, but I'm hitting. There it goes. Let me see what the chart looks like, because it should be looking pretty good, I bet. Oh, yeah, look at that jump up. So, yeah, guys, I'm telling you, ETF, you had a nice dip opportunity right there. I don't know what the heck that dude was doing, but he gave you a great opportunity. I know that. And thank you, Zach, for reminding me. And let's go through and look at these things real quick. And I have no idea. Like I said, I hopped off last night. I was like, wait a second, I didn't even do crypto. That was weird. And but yeah, look at Bitcoin. Like I was saying, you might had a little bit of pullback right there. They don't even want to pull back, guys. They just want to start ripping again. So you could see Bitcoin and Solana and all these guys are looking good, and we knew it. So it wasn't like we weren't prepared. And yeah, just a little bit of pullback. Look at these. They're going to roll off. You can clearly see they are. And they do look good. So I would be keeping an eye on it. And like I said, the ETF 500 looking really good this morning. I woke up, I saw that bad boy. I was like, whoa. Like I said, went from like 5 million to 5.3. It just started cruising this morning. Like people woke up and it just started rocking and rolling. And now it just jumped up to 6, almost 5.9 right there. So, yeah, it's cruising right along this morning. And I wasn't worried. I said, that's a great dip opportunity. You know what I was saying. So, buy up the ones that guy was selling off. I don't know what the heck he was doing. Anyway, let's go Ethereum right here. But then again, he had like all that dark and other thing. He had like $1 million wallet there. So I guess he wasn't worried about like $30,000 or 40,000. So I don't know what was going on. Anyway, who cares? XRP. Here's our Ripple right here, and this has been ripping up. It's just pulling back that little bit, but it's getting ready to get smoking, guys. So if you're not in it and you need to get in it, you better be looking at it real soon, because it's going to get ripping. And same with Cardano right here. It looks super good. So there you go, everybody. Thank you very much, Zach. And that coin is going to changing the world. The coin is changing. I'm telling you guys, that thing is going to be the biggest thing you guys are going to see. The ETF 500, and it's not that there's anything crazy about it. Doesn't do anything. We know that. It's just a fact that it's going to be locked up. You know what Farcoin did. You know what these things do. They outperform everything by like 100,000 times. It's freaking insane what they go and do. And yeah, you just know Zach's going to have this thing pumping like a maniac. I mean, we've talked to him plenty of times. We know what's going to happen here. And then he's not dumping it. Clearly, if the rug was getting pulled, the rug was getting pulled. We pointed out that the one guy, I don't know who he is. I'm not sure if Zach even knows who he is. I'm not sure. But that guy was just dumping a bunch of coins. I don't know what the hell for. And you even seen Zach was like, good, let him dump them off. We'll buy them up. So yeah, I was buying a little more. I'm getting up there, and it is going to be a crazy one, guys. So I'm telling you, and like I say, I still look around. As far as we know, they are not taxing this stuff, these meme coins. So can you imagine if you walk away with over $1 million and it's tax free? That's a big life changer right there, guys. That's huge. I mean, that's doubling your money practically when you don't have to give it back to the IRS. So I'm not saying that's a definite. I don't know. They could change things. But as far as I know right now, nobody has any information on taxes on these meme coins. And how the hell do you even track them down? I mean, it's crazy. So if you made $1 million on it, you could easily have it going all over the damn place. And who the hell's tracking it? So I'm not sure. Again, I'm not an accountant. You have to talk to them. But as far as I saw, it could be pretty much like a tax free. I mean, I mean, all kinds of gains. Yeah, you have to claim any kind of gains or profits or anything. So I don't know how it's going to work. But again, I'm not even sure how they track this shit. So it's kind of crazy. There's a really big gray area right there. I'm sure they're going to get it figured out, but we could be in a little gray area where, it could be pretty wild. So I'm just telling you, look at it like that as well, and it's going to go up. So there you go, everybody. A great pre-market review. Thank you, Zach, for reminding me to do crypto, because I definitely forgot it. And like I said, I look at the stock cube non-stop. I just kind of brushed right past it, and our logic mark not looking bad this morning, almost back at 2 cents. So there you go, everybody. Keep you guys posted. Let me know what you guys are looking at today, and we will see what we want to get into next to be a big popper. I'll keep you guys posted. But as far as now, logic mark moving still, and a few other ones looking good right there. So I'd say we're in pretty good shape, and we'll find the next round of big poppers and roll through them and have some more fun. And crypto's looking great. So there you are, everybody. I would say trade smart, lock in your profits. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Greatly appreciate it, and have a great day. I'll see you guys later.